In order to write down a reasonable choice for the fifth equation, we have to see a pattern. And the first thing we might notice is that all the numbers in these equations are Fibonacci numbers. So maybe I'll just write down the list of Fibonacci numbers to start. So remember, the Fibonacci numbers goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, etc. Okay. So there are my Fibonacci numbers. And what I might notice is that each equation involves a list of Fibonacci numbers, but not all of them. In fact, every other Fibonacci number. So the first equation uses 1, 2, and then the 3. So I skipped 1 and then I had the 3. And then the second equation uses the 1, the 2, the 5, and then it equals the 8. And then the third equation uses the 1, the 2, the 5, the 13, and then it equals the 21. So the numbers we're adding appear to be every other Fibonacci number, and then what it equals is the number right after it. Okay, so if I go through the last one just to make sure this pattern holds, I have 1, 2, 5, 13, and 34. So the numbers I'm adding are every other Fibonacci number, 1, 2, 5, 13, and 34, and then it equals the very next Fibonacci number, 55. So if I wanted to follow this pattern, I would write down every other Fibonacci number, 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 13 plus 34, and then following the pattern, skip 1 and I get plus 89, and that should equal the very next Fibonacci number, which is 144. So if I want to figure out what subscript will make this equation true, this says add f1, f3, f5, f7, f9, f11, etc., 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 up to f21. That is every other Fibonacci number till you land at f21. And according to the pattern that we saw, this should add up to the very next Fibonacci number, which would be f22. And now we're going to do it in general. We're going to add f1, f3, f5, f7, f9, f11. I'm going to keep doing that until I get to some generic Fibonacci number, the nth. Okay, so I'm going to assume n is odd. And I know that when I add up every other Fibonacci number like that, the sum comes out to the very next Fibonacci number after the last one in the sum. So the number after fn is fn plus 1.